Hey, what's up? How are you? Thanks for coming back. It's Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Today, Fridays, the Hotline Show. If you don't know, I take calls, number is below, leave a message, ask a question, say whatever you want to say. Doesn't have to be about photo, but it would that's probably what I know the most about, but it can be about anything. Try it out. If I like it, I answer it on Fridays. What a month. Isn't it great January's finally over? Let's take a quick look, recap of my month. Time flies. We've got a bunch of great questions today, so let's do it. Let's see. First caller.
Hey Noah, long time listener, first time caller. I just wanted to call in and ask what you view the difference as between taking a photograph and making a photograph. Is there any sort of actual difference, or are photographers just kind of being assholes when they delineate between the two? Anyways, thanks so much. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I love this question. I sometimes say make pictures. I say make pictures more often than take pictures. I think that's something I picked up in art school. I think the reason photographers say it, especially the most pretentious ones, is because it sounds like you're photographing with intention. So you're not just casually taking photos. We all technically take photos, but that tends to have a diminished context to it, just taking pictures. Like, do we take videos? No, I'm making a video. So I think the same rule applies with photography, where when you're serious about it, you want to go out and make work with meaning, with intention. So I think that's it. I don't think photographers are necessarily being a jerk for saying it. They might sound pretentious, but I think it's okay to say it. I I tend to think of it mostly from the era and inspiration that I draw from. There's a lot of artists who go out and actually construct things. So, even outside, like when you're putting together a composition, you're making it. You're not just taking it, but you can simultaneously be taking it. I think, I think you got that right. Yeah. Next caller.
Hey Noah, how are you? I just saw your YouTube video on the 22nd of January. Um, I have a question for you. Um, I live in Brooklyn. I know you formerly did. I was wondering what your least favorite coffee shop and restaurant in Brooklyn or Williamsburg, if you want to be more specific, was. Very excited to hear what you think. Bye.
I love Williamsburg. Did you see that latest history of Williamsburg article in the Times? I'll link to it below. It's fascinating, sort of historical document of what happened to Williamsburg. And I don't know if you noticed that photo I just put your call over. That's Williamsburg. If someone out there can tell me what street that was, what corner, I'll send you a postcard for free. Least favorite, I don't know. I mean, I don't like anything chain related when it comes to city coffee. Like when a Starbucks opened up, it's like, why would you ever do that? So Starbucks is definitely my least favorite coffee shop. I can't stand, there's so many options. So I just can't stand that people choose that when there's literally hundreds of coffee shops that you can go to. Same goes with restaurants, with the exception of Chipotle, which now exists in Williamsburg. That one can stay. Every other chain restaurant can go. Least beyond that, I don't like to say bad things about restaurants or things that serve food or beverage, because that's like the hardest job, and I think it's unfair to just talk shit about restaurant with, okay, I take that back. The William Vale, anything that happens in that place, in that hotel, that's on limits, but look at it. It deserves it. Next caller.
Hey, I'm a viewer. I've always been kind of enamored with call-in shows, and I figured this is kind of like halfway there, so I thought I'd call in. Just want to say, love the channel. Discovered it earlier today. I bought those socks that were mentioned in a different video because I've thought about the sock thing before, and I myself have investigated many socks and have been very disappointed. So I'm trying these ones out, and I'm hoping they're going to be good. Excited to try them. Yoshido looks very comfortable by the way, even though it is cold, and I'm jealous. Anyways, keep making videos. They're great. And I wouldn't stress about the daily thing. I think it's just nice to have them, you know, just fun to watch whenever. Yeah. Thank you for the content. Sorry, the art. My bad. All right. Peace.
All right. Good. I mean, great. New fan or new watcher. I don't want to assume you're a fan. But thank you for watching and welcome. We're making art here. That's true. This isn't content. It might seem like content short-term, long-term. It's art project, big. But now it just feels like content. Thanks for picking up on that. A very obscure reference hidden in maybe my second video I posted here. Thank you for checking out those socks. I hope you like them. Leave a call back. Leave another call when you get them and tell me what you think. I hope you like them. I'm wearing them right now. They are thin or thinner than most socks, but there's something about them that feel good. And so I really hope they fit your lifestyle. Socks are just, everyone has something to say about socks. So I hope I'm getting it right on that. I think one thing about those particular socks, the Mako socks, is there is an adventure to be had when you buy them in the truck that drives around and sells tools. So it makes the socks a little better than maybe just ordering them online. Maybe you did find a truck, but let me know. Give me a call back. Thanks again for the call. Let's do another one.
Hi, my name's Stefan. I'm a brand new fan of your show and what you do. I just want to express how creative the show is. The thing that you're putting on YouTube reminds me of something from early years of Nickelodeon, where there's a lot of randomness and creativity all over the place. Your tone reminds me of that. And what else? I don't know. Like your show seems fully formed, and I really love it. I was just wondering if you got any inspiration from David Lynch's Weather Report, where he would talk about the weather and comment on the day. And that's something I was kind of wondering while I was watching your show. Anyway, keep up the good work. I'll keep watching. You're great. Please don't stop. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Stefan. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. And I'm glad you think the show seems fully formed. I feel like I'm still working on it. I'm trying my best. I used to watch Nickelodeon when I was a kid. I don't know the show Randomness. I did watch Double Dare, but I don't think this show is like Double Dare. But, you know, it's in there. It's probably in there in the DNA of the network. The David Lynch Weather Report, of course, I know it. I've seen it. I love watching a few of those. His crazy hair. It's David Lynch. I mean, this might seem almost illegal for an artist to say, but I'm not the biggest David Lynch fan. People will always come upstate. They'll see a small town and be like, I should make a film like Twin Peaks here. I'm like, yeah, I never really watched Twin Peaks. Couldn't get into it. I know. Everyone's like, how is that possible? I don't know. Something about Eraserhead when I was a kid, I didn't like it. Lost Highway, I think maybe is my favorite one by him. But the essence of David Lynch is an inspiration to us all. But in terms of his style, Maybe it's because I feel like it's too close to what I do in some ways, but not really. I don't know. There's just something about it. But yes, of course, the weather report, which I haven't really been doing because I was thinking about the weather report. I didn't do it today. The weather, it's funny to talk about because it's the thing that you talk about when you have nothing to talk about. And I don't know, it's cold out now. Maybe when the weather changes. I don't know. I'll probably do it again. It is fun. I could just do that. Maybe I just become a weatherman. But it's so specific, right? And I think that's kind of the joke, maybe, that it does. If you're watching this, obviously worldwide channel, it makes no sense unless you live near me. But that's it. Thank you for the call, Stefan. I appreciate it. Call back anytime. Next call.
Hi, just wanted to start off by saying I like your work, and I was wondering what the story was behind the print in the background of the bed mound with the mirror. It's really nice. I was just wondering how that came to be. Thanks.
Nice. Thanks for the call. Yeah, it used to be right there. I just changed it this week to a different print, but I'll put it up right here. This is what used to be here. Bed mounds. It's a project I did over a number of years. That particular bed mound was actually the only one that I was commissioned to make. And that mound, that duvet, is a custom Gucci bed mound. Apparently, the creative director at the time, he's no longer at Gucci, he loved the bed mounds project. I guess he saw it somehow. And they asked me to do a bed mount for them. So I actually got paid to make this one. And I still have this duvet. It's in my basement, but it's, I think, unique, one of a kind Gucci duvet. Although it's not really a duvet. It's not big at all. Maybe it would fit a twin bed. So that's the story for that. I went up more upstate to the Finger Lakes region, found some really crappy hotels, and spent the night in two different ones making options. And I have a number of photos from that series of this particular bed mount that I like, but this is the one that they picked. And I made a big print of it for a show, and I just kept it. I kept the print. I don't know if I was even trying to sell it, but I love it, so I still have it. And that's the story of that bed mount. Thanks for asking. Next caller.
Hey, Noah. This is Nick. I was a student maybe 5 years ago, and we did a little phone interview, more of a conversation, less of an interview. I had not prepared many questions. I think about that call sometimes, and I think about just kind of where I was at when I reached out to you, and we did that conversation. And I think the main thing I wanted to ask, and I didn't know how to directly ask it, was, as an artist, what is the fuel that keeps you creating and being creative, sort of in spite of or despite or inspired by the state of the world, if you will. It's kind of a grand question, and I certainly don't expect to completely change my life philosophy based on your answer, so no pressure. I'm just genuinely curious as an artist what, I guess, not what inspires you, but what makes you create, what makes you feel like you want to do this. I don't know. It's still a weird question. It's such an ambiguous thing, so I apologize for that. But, yeah, hope you're having a great day. I'm loving the videos. It's a great way to start my day. I wake up very late, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you on YouTube. Bye.
Yeah, Nick, thanks for calling. I remember that call we did. I hope you're doing okay. This is a hard question. I mean, at this point, I've been a photographer, artist for 20 years, basically since I graduated art school. So now there's really no plan B, right? I kind of have to do it just because it's like my job. But I do actually still enjoy it for the most part. I mean, I think like any job, it can be a grind and it can get you down and you can feel like, what's the point? But I do sometimes make things that I'm really excited about, or I plan things that I'm really excited about. And really, it's sort of one of the best jobs, right? I mean, I can essentially do whatever I want, although that has caveats, of course. Um, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I try to remain positive. I know that even when it's really dark and it's slow or I don't feel creative, I know it's cyclical. Man, the highs are so high and the lows are so low, but I usually know it comes back, or at least it has in the past. And I don't know, what else is there to do? It's fun, that's one of the things too, is like the end of the day, like that's all I really wanted to do when I was a kid. I was like, I'm never gonna get a real job. How can I look at the fluorescent lighting in these places? There's no way I could ever do that. So I knew I had to find an alternative, and you know, it's it's hard, but you just got to stay at it. I mean, this is tried and true advice, really. If you really love it, you stick with it, I think. And that's it. I hope you're still at it, and I hope you don't give it up. Just know it never really gets easier. It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day because I have so many times throughout my career where I've done like pretty big things. I mean, it's all relative, but it's huge event. You think it's going to change your life, and maybe it does for a little bit, but then as time goes on, it just wears away, and then you have to do it again. And then, okay, if you're successful, and that cycle, especially after so many years, gets really exhausting. So it's like, how many more hits do I need to make? Like, when does this end? But it doesn't end. You're in it. Like, there's no retiring. And for me, there's definitely no vacation. So it's just that suffering. But I sort of enjoy it. All of these things I enjoy, I think. Next caller.
Hello, Nova. It's Peter from Germany again. I was so happy that you tried to interview Marcel. Thank you. He will remain a mystery. My next question is, how many bed mounts did you make before you took a picture of one and make it a project? I love it. Thank you.
Peter, thank you again for calling. I appreciate it. Bed mounts. I remember the first bed mount I made. I was making my bed at home, and I had made that shape, and I looked at it and I took an iPhone photo of it, and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this. And I thought of that name not long after. I was like, what is that? A mound, bed mounds. I don't know. It just came to me. I think I wanted it to be bed mound, but the hashtag on Instagram might have already been taken, something like that. So I just made it with an S, bed mounds, not bed mound. It is a bed mound, but plural, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't do them anymore. Maybe occasionally, but that project is mostly done. There is a book. If anyone's watching this still, and I don't know if the publisher who has it, she might be sold out, but I have a few copies here. If you want one, I'll sign it for you, and we'll make a deal. I'll send it to you. Just email me, and we'll figure it out. One last call.
Hey, January 24th video was so much fun to watch. Thank you for these daily doses of YouTube and for letting us call you on the phone and leave your messages like you're our friend. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening, watching. Call the hotline. I think this is fun. It's fun to just talk like this into a camera. Very interesting. And like the caller before, I mean, I always liked hotline shows too. There's just, you put it on, you don't even have to watch. You could be listening right now. So call that number. I'm going to try to do this every Friday if we have enough calls. And thank you for watching. Do the stuff, like, subscribe, tell a friend, call the hotline, do the tippy thing. Go for a walk, eat a sandwich. Any of that works. I'll see you next time.